Welcome to the Smriti Show Season 2. Today we have with us a very distinguished guest who is known for philanthropy in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Director, Amrin Group of Industries, Founder Director, Amrin Foundation. She is all about women empowerment, empowerment of artisans and artists. Welcome to the show, Renuka Tandon.
Thank you so much, Smriti.
It's a pleasure and an honor having you because your life is all about giving back to the society.
Thank you so much, and even I am very honored to be in your show.
Thank you. So to begin with, tell us something about your early life. How was your childhood, your school days, your parents, your siblings?
Yeah, so I belong to a joint family, and my grandfather was a freedom fighter, and so from the childhood we had heard so many stories about being patriotism and being honesty and how to have those strong value system in you. And plus there were definitely, since it was a pioneer family of Hyderabad and he being in politics, he was a health minister also. So we were little orthodox in the sense that we were not let to go out. So there were no visiting to friends' house, all going for just like that marketing or shopping, nothing of that sort. So it was like the entire thing used to come to our house for selection. So we used to select and do. So it was a different story totally. But yes, then we had the opportunity to meet all the big wigs of politicians in Indian politics, and then we had it was totally a different persona. But in spite of this, they were very progressive.
Yeah.
So all in all, we were always a part of conversations, what is happening. There was a lot of things about our moral values. Even if we are going, which was very rare for a movie, it was always in the end of the movie, what did you learn from this thing?
Right.
So for everything, there was a part of education system. So, and since there was not too much of theater exposure or anything, but my grandfather was a born musician. I mean, he was a great singer and a great person in terms of instrumental also. And my entire uncles and aunt, my only aunt, they were great singers. So we had this flair of.
So you have those music genes as well.
Yes. So, but we were never taught on these lines because my granny was totally opposite all these things. She said, "No way, my girls are going to learn this thing." But definitely there was thing in your blood. You have heard so many songs when you were young, growing up, and then there was a lot of literature, lot of spirituality going around us. My granny was totally like into all this rituals and everything.
And I think they emphasized on your education as well.
Yes, it was with everybody. Education was very important because those were the times when we had very limited schools. So St. was the only school over there, and a little bit of other schools also, I'm sure. But definitely there was no scene of going to hostels. So this was something which we were not sent to. Our whole gang, entire gang was either studying in Dehradun or in Nainital, but we were not allowed.
You were not allowed.
So this was one drawback, and I think I missed that sort of a thing. It's okay, I mean, you can't get everything. But yes, definitely when we grew up, Delhi was our once a month visit. So there we really used to go around and see the world.
And you saw the world, and
that was
it opened up your horizon.
Yes. So for us, Delhi was something like, okay, so if we want to get married, it has to be in Delhi, nowhere else. So Lucknow was something which we used to visit when my Bauji had his conferences or his meetings. So we used to come during our vacations. So since starting, it was like Lucknow means politics. So it was like a very drab place to come, but see where I am. And I love this city now.
I know. The city has its own flavor.
That's true, very true. So it was like this, and
did you get a chance to dream things like, whatever you dreamt as a child, were you able to make those dreams come true?
I think during our growing years, we were so young, and the things we used to participate in. So I think dreaming was something which became very late.
Right.
So it was, the entire childhood was into absorbing so many things around us. So like my grandfather's views of different politics, and Ram Janam Bhoomi was there. So we had seen growing it over there right in front of our eyes. My granny into spirituality, my mother into being how to control the house, how to keep everybody together. My aunts in different spheres, like she was totally a literature person, philosophy girl. So like there were different things which we were absorbing.
Yeah, and I think they all added different flavors
Yes,
to your
I
personality.
really feel the growing system has a great advantage on your growing up.
Very true.
So you have different peoples, you have peoples around you who are your, say, they understand you. So like with parents, I believe kids doesn't gel well initially. I mean in the growing years. So it's always the aunts and the uncles who are there who can really understand.
Especially in the joint
talk to
family
you,
system.
Yes. So you have so many people around you to talk on different levels. So it was a wonderful thing, and yes, we were busy in absorbing. Dreaming starts quite late, and by the time we started thinking about what we want to be in future, we got married. So it was a very early marriage of 19-year-old. So
And marriage brought you to Lucknow.
yes, it brought me Lucknow, and yes, then what happened? Maybe the seed was there, planted quite early to do something to give back to the society, because that is what I have seen.
Exactly.
So, and since in my household, women were very strong, they were always given the front seat, they were always asked for anything. So that was there in our family, and fortunately I came to a family where there was equal respect given to the women. So somewhere it was key, okay fine, I can manage with my responsibilities because family is there, kids are there. So the time came when I think, I don't know why, when I was turning 50, I announced each and everybody in my family that now I'm going to live the way I want to live, at least for 5 years.
Right.
And I think God heard that, and a flow happened to be there.
Yeah.
It's launched on 2015. So you were the founder members of that flow.
Vicky Flow is one of the apex body which works towards women empowerment, and you have been the founder, convener and chairperson to it, and आपने बहुत सारा काम किया है. When you were the chairperson of Vicky, you did lot of things under the forum, and social work भी किया, film industry को भी काफी boost किया. You brought lot of artists here to Lucknow. So tell us about your tenure in Vicky.
Vicky Flow, the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, was the perfect and a platform which came at the right time
In your life.
Yeah, in my life. So I'm really thankful to God. And this was a platform जिसने मेरे को, I think there was something in me. It was like just getting an outlet. और उसको platform नहीं मिल रहा.
Wanting to burst out.
So that fire was within me which just wanted to come out. And I think thanks to Vicky Flow, it gave me that platform. And it's an amazing forum where women really want to do something.
True.
Because it gives you so much of power to reach. And they have the entire India. They have this different chapters. And you have friends in each and every state.
Right.
In a lot of cities where you have chapters, just a call away, they all are there. And it's like a family.
Yeah.
So we really say it's a flow family. Number one. Number two, like I was keen to serve, give back to society. I was not bothered about who is the chair, who is the vice chair. So like there was something which I later realized that people do sometimes behave in a corporate way.
Right.
So they want to demean you, they want to pull the carpet under you.
थोड़ा सा politics तो है.
थोड़ा नहीं, बहुत ज़्यादा हुआ. And I got the burnt of it also, which was,
It was a
really
lesson.
shocked me, and it was like something, oh God, what is this?
Right.
But nevertheless, the time I had with Vicky Flow बहुत ही amazing था. मेरे को initially when it just happened to launch, so I was the lucky few ones to be a part of that group. So I was like, we were sitting at somebody's house and we were just discussing what we are going to
do with it.
Like, I would like to start women's car training. So they said, what? Are you nuts? I said, no, I really want to start. Because they should know how to...
and that's one way of empowering women.
Yes, and why? Because it has so much of scope. Like women are working nowadays. उनको चाहिए होता है shopper male female. They are comfortable with. So and sometime at night you were coming out. So like I used to go to Bombay and I realized there was a she cab over there. For me, it was a big relief. Going from the airport, taking a night drive with a lady was.
Anyways, and Bombay is huge. You need that kind of security.
So that thing was there somewhere in my mind कि मुझे ये चीज लखनऊ में भी करनी है. So I started with. It was very difficult. It was too hard. At the end of the day, because it has a long time, nobody has the patience.
True.
So I realized it's not my cup of tea.
But breaking into that mindset, you have female cab drivers.
It is so difficult. जो यूपी का चलता है एटीट्यूड है.
True.
That has to somehow we have to do a lot of work to really eliminate this thing. क्योंकि होता क्या है कि यहाँ पर हर कुछ सब कुछ करना चाहता है.
Yeah.
But कहीं उनके अंदर ये है कि चलता है, दो रोटी मिल रही ना
बस काफी है,
बस काफी है।
वो प्रोफेशनलिज्म नहीं है,
प्रोफेशनलिज्म नहीं, वो थॉट प्रोसेस नहीं है कि यू ऑल्सो हैव एन इंडिविजुअलिटी जिसको आपको अपना सामने लाना है। यू हैव अ फैमिली, आप खुद एक एग्जाम्पल उनके लिए हो। अगर आप खुद नहीं चेंज होगी तो फैमिली कैसे चेंज होगी? नंबर वन। एंड उसके बाद क्या हुआ कि then I was, because there is a path and flow that says that when you are vice chair or senior vice chair, then you have to take care of the skilling part.
Right.
It was my something which I loved. So because my motto was to give sustainable development to each and every girl, whichever way I can.
Yes.
So that really gave me complete, maybe you can say around 3 years to work with the grassroots level. And I really enjoyed that work. It gave me a lot of experience, how to interact them, how to get the pulse of them, how to make them work the way you want. And I was lucky to have some NGOs with me who were just like me. Not to mention Red Brigade Usha Vishkar.
Yes.
She was one person who I really...
Very dynamic.
Yes,
very
she's dynamic and she's honest with her entire work. And she really wants to get the girls fight for them. So that power, that fire which I saw in her was simply matching it with my mindset. And I had some couple of lovely ladies in flow also, not to mention Anju, and she has been a good support system. We both have done lots of work together.
You've empowered villages, you have empowered a lot of health groups.
And I think we were the first one to participate in this mammoth tree plantation.
Right.
So like everybody was saying, Renuka, it's not possible. I said, no, it's possible. Let's go. So it was like impossible is something which I make it possible. So वो एक attitude था कि नहीं हमें करना है. So we managed to plant that tree during the past tenure, I mean the chief minister's tenure. That's what gave me this confidence that yes, nothing is impossible.
And you can do anything.
You just have to chase your dreams, and I'm sure. And if somewhere you are not able to finish, then take it. Like it's okay, fine. Then there are other ways also where you can go around. And then sticky flow happened. This thing, my tenure as a chairperson came in 2018-19. So before that, in the month of Feb 2018, I had done this artisans festival, which was basically maybe because we gave this project to the CM in 2017 regarding this, and he was so impressed with the compile of this different 100 crafts of Uttar Pradesh that he mentioned in his speech also.
The ODOP and the vocal for
so they all were like a part of, maybe we collaborate with them or they collaborate, whatever. It was like inspiration for both of us. And in fact, I went to Lakhimpur also for this, which he said about this jute work. And there I saw, and I got hold of one Anjali over there. But unfortunately, we couldn't take it forward because there were so many other things also. It takes time. I mean, you cannot,
in 1 year, it's not just possible to do everything.
To really take along a lot of things. But definitely, I was really impressed with the way they work and the tribal things they were doing. So ये सब चीजें हुई. उसके बाद फिर development forum हुआ, which was an eye-opener for everybody, for me also. So one thing there was, for entire duration of my tenure, there was just one thing to inspire women, to give them that confidence कि आप अपने आप कर सकते हो, आपको सिर्फ passionate होना है, and there are no ifs and buts over here. If you want to achieve something, you have to give your 100%. फिर उसमें आपको ये नहीं कि मैं वो 5 hours की स्लीप भी ले लूं, वो 1 घंटे का मस्तीगिरी भी कर लूं,
करना है तो करना
अपनी ड्रीम भी कर लूं, वो नहीं पॉसिबल है. Then you have to slog, because there were 20 hours when I was sitting on a chair without drinking water also. And then I realized, oh what, I haven't been. So it was that sort of a passion about something you want to achieve. And then that year I was like on a move, because we have to attend international delegation also. There were 2 delegations. And both the time it was clearly in my mind why I am going with this delegation. It was entirely for my film forum. So from Mongolia, I got the Mongolian director and the movie. And then from America, I got the American embassy, UN people over here. Then Canada came across. So it was a wonderful international film festival.
And I think it was one of the successful tenure as a chairperson of
God has been really kind.
We saw a lot of events happening, a lot of people coming to the city, and women getting inspired, as you said. That has been the core of your work.
Because if you go through my the entire tenure, all the time when I was a senior vice chair, every event was with a message. And there were certain things which we have to take the sensitivity of the organization also. There are a lot of tempting things which you want to do, but you don't, because You have to follow your certain decorum. Sometimes people forgo about it, but then it's a huge responsibility
Yes.
कि आप अपने forum का नाम अपनी इच्छाओं की वजह से खराब नहीं कर सकते. So this was something which I was very clear about it. And then like Mongolian movie had certain scenes which I said ki, because I had to watch the entire movie. I said ki, you have to cut down these things because in India we don't allow, and I don't want anything going wrong with my program. And they were sweet enough to
Understand the culture
those
and
things, yes. And they censored those things, and they came here. They showed the movie. She got a standing ovation at that time. So it was a wonderful experience, and how the team worked. It was there. There were a lot of things where like people were trying to sabotage also, but it's okay. With
Part and parcel of
yes,
the game.
everything. So it's okay, fine, because you have to learn. These all things are a learning process. And but end of the day, it was a very satisfying year, in the sense that like when I look back and I sit and see, when I go, okay, fine, I did made an impact to a lot of people.
Yes.
Like it was during my time, the first startup of Cuttle Point started. So which now lately it has gone up, but mine was the first startup where I had given them a what the scheme is not my government scheme to set up a lab.
Yeah.
So that's what the Cuttle Point is all about. They had a lab where they used to teach students to come across girls different cuisine on Cuttle, jackfruit, and इस टाइप से ये एक पहला vending वाला हुआ जो आज thankfully I think they have 5 to 6 points. So that is my success story. Then my success story was in Artisans Tarannu. The girl who in 2018 Feb stall को नहीं खरीद सकती थी. Now she is everywhere. She has her own shop in Ganna Sansthan. So it is like these are the impacts which I think was thanks to God it happened, and they really gave me the confidence to go forward and not to stop what I was doing. So once the tenure was over, so it was like fine, and then the politics. I mean, the government license were a lot of money. I have done it. So it was like, if you want to work, then you have to work towards with the government, because end of the day we are a part of the system. We cannot sit and criticize them.
You cannot change the system by being outside of the system.
Exactly.
You have to be in the system to change the system.
And I believe it becomes more easy if you work with the government and take the, because their schemes are amazing schemes.
True.
I can't tell you these schemes right now which I am working on, Arima Mission and this startup scheme for HGH, self-help groups to HGH. So this is what they are giving a brand to these women, SHG, self-help groups, and for their products they are giving them a store also. So it's so easy, which it was not earlier. So now truly this government is working for the benefit of women, and it is entirely in the power of the Gram Pradhan and the BDAs of that particular area to take care of these things, because government has given you a scheme.
Right.
Implementation will come with the people who are there, and जिससे हम लोग के NGO जो genuinely काम करना चाहते हैं.
True.
Without कि हम खुद क्या earn कर रहे हैं, because then you can't do it. Right. And trust me, Arima Mission का ये जो lemongrass plantation, it took me 1 year.
Wow.
I was after these ladies finally 20 में से अब 7 में आके किया. 20 बीघा से वो 7 बीघा हुआ. It's okay. अब वो 7 बीघा भी निकलेगा, उसमें से जो भी earning as a lemongrass essential oil होगी, it's going to be like, I'm sure 2-3 और जुड़ेंगे next.
And seeing that people will get inspired, more people will join.
Thanks to the Arima Mission, these farmers have not to spend even one single
money on it.
Entire crop was given by the Arima Mission. I have to tell, I have to say through your forum that government schemes are amazing schemes. You just need to understand, take the one which you are interested in and take it forward.
A lot of people don't have knowledge and awareness about the same, even though they are doing a lot of awareness activities.
Yes, that's true.
Talking about these schemes, newspaper ads वगैरह भी आते रहते हैं. But still, a lot of people are not aware and वो right जगह पहुँच नहीं पा रहा है.
होता क्या ना कि when you are doing the groundwork, then you come to know. Like with the Pradhan interaction, I came to know about a lot of schemes. So this is how even in this self-help groups, Avni, they have given a brand. So this I came to know through a Pradhan. So if you are not doing your groundwork, then obviously it won't come to your bedroom. You have to be a part of that scene to understand how the things are working, because they have complete structure with them, what are happening, because government can't call upon every NGO, because there are limited ones they are calling upon who are old, whichever. So the ideal way is to be at the ground level, talk to the concerned person because they have everything. The Gram Pradhan is the right person to ask. Sometimes they don't work, sometimes they work, but at least you know about the schemes, you can work it accordingly. Like in Nagwamo, I have given them a masala check. So now, after 8 months, now they have started with making the haldi, pure haldi.
Pure healthy.
So I told them what is the costing, how to go about this. So let's see.
The beauty of Fiki is that it inspires women, and women together support each other, empower each other. And as a chairperson, you did that. You went all the way doing it, and somehow Fiki laid the grounds for you to find,
Yes.
the foundation of Amran Foundation.
Definitely.
And you have done a lot of work with Amran Foundation, right from establishing Lucknow Film Forum, and then you have Daksh Peeth. So tell us something about Daksh Peeth and what all things you are doing with the government and how you are trying to empower the society, the marginalized through that.
So Daksh Peeth is basically a seat of excellence, and here we started with the artisans because I have worked closely with them. So it was for me like to enroll as many artisans as I can for one district and one product. So I have people who were saying ki for this black pottery,
Right.
the real ones were not invited, the other people were invited. So we want to get them enrolled. So in fact, for near future, I have this thing in mind that I'm going to enroll at least 100 artisans with this one district and one product, so that they also get invitation for them. And then for the artist in general, because it is how we can fine tune their artistic, their talent in them to fine tune it and make them a workforce for the upcoming film industry.
Ready for the industry.
Yeah, so this is a part of Lucknow Film Forum also and Daksh Peeth also, because
Okay.
Daksh Peeth being into skilling, so that's what we want to create for different skills workshops in different spheres. Like in Nagwamo, I am doing it for skilling them how to make these spices and sell them. Then how to plant lemongrass for aroma mission oil, which is going to be an industry in itself. And then later on, it will be byproducts of lemongrass. So this is how I am developing that area with the women, grassroots women, all of farmers. So how to get them into the mainstream. And simultaneously for the rural factor, here I am trying to target these students, media students,
Okay.
to be a part of this industry and become a workforce, a skilled workforce, which is lacking.
Yes.
And for that, we are all into, like, if we can generate a card system where we can enroll the kids, students, youth for different verticals of
Kind of a
filmmaking.
database we have through
database,
which
because
anyone
we
can
already
search
have
them.
some, but
Yeah.
we really want to have that certain thing which we can, in collaboration with the government, we can give them a sounding board, a authentic structure of what we have here in Lucknow, in UPS per se, regarding the workforce, skilled workforce in film, in media entertainment industry. Because now, if you see, everything has become so much modernized and technologically,
True.
where we are lacking. Now, VFX. It is a vast spectrum.
Yeah, and the kind of film Hollywood is doing,
Yes.
or even
And
South
we
is
have-
doing.
Yeah, we have people. We need some studios, which are green studios.
Right.
We need to have theaters. We need to have some skilled computer workshop with the IIT Kanpur or in Lucknow,
Correct.
where they can train these students into how to do this VFX. And we can get the the Centroid from America. They are offering courses. Initially, you can call upon those professors in Lucknow. Get the government. This is something which government has to do, because
True.
it needs a lot of investment, which I don't think anybody would like to get into until unless there is a government support. And then once you have this thing initial, then you can take it forward. Number one. Number two, prosthetic makeup,
Yeah.
which is in nowadays.
Exactly. We have seen so many films
So
on those
we
lines.
have art college here. Everybody is not going to be a painter or an artist.
Yeah.
They can use that technique for this thing also,
Correct.
because it's just like that. You are painting a face or a canvas. It
Painting
is
a
one and the same thing. So you need to use those talent in different sphere. Then we have this costume designing. Then
Yeah.
we have this set designing. We have a complete structure of your lineman.
Yeah.
So all these
Line
things,
production.
yeah, line production.
Lot of
is there.
roles in a
So they
production
are
of films.
71 verticals which we are coming up with the book
Wow.
also. And the idea is just you have to work on these things. You have to create a skilled workforce so that the people coming to Lucknow are not only getting subsidy, they are getting the skilled workforce also.
Correct.
Because the idea is to give employment to the youth, which you are not giving. And this industry is a multi-billion industry. Why are we not getting it? So the idea is to generate the employment in such a way the youth is a part of the structure. They are not migrating to other cities or other areas because of this, because they are passionate about this thing.
Not everyone can go to Mumbai, so you have to
survive.
yeah.
See, there are big people in Lucknow who are great artists, but they were not able to go to Mumbai.
Right.
So they are the people who should be like guiding, be the advisory, tell the government how to be a part of this thing, because Film City in itself won't help the purpose. The
True.
purposes will be helped only when you create this workforce in media and entertainment industry.
Correct.
Sound production and all these things like voiceover.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things.
So coming to youth, as you rightly mentioned, that a lot of things needs to be done and they are going to be the future leaders. What is your message to them? You have worked with ministers, with government, you have worked with students, so you have, worked locally, you have worked globally, so you have that vision, that picture. What is it that you would advise to students, to local groups as to what they should do from your life, from your experiences? What should be the hallmark or key takings, or what should they do in their works to be successful in life?
So what I firmly believe in this is chase your dreams, be very passionate about it, have confidence in yourself, have belief in it, have dedication, which is very important to achieve your dreams. But the main important factor is your core value system. You should not compromise on that, because once you do it, that peace of life is gone. You cannot have that peaceful sleep in the night, because somewhere that thing is going to hurt you. So chase your dreams, do whatever you can do it, but never compromise on your principles, on your values, because they are the one who are going to root you, who are going to anchor you. If that is lost, then you are just like,
you become a lost person.
You become a lost, because end of the day you have to answer yourself. You have to answer when you sleep. It should be a peaceful. It should not be something nagging you, which was thinking, oh, why did I do that? So I believe you be very passionate about your dreams, chase them, do as much as you can do it, firm dedication, like complete belief in your whatever the dream is yours, but simultaneously you have to be very clear about your value system. It has to be there, because otherwise life is not the same.
Yes. What a beautiful piece of advice. Thank you so much, Renuka ma'am, for coming to our show. It was pleasure and an honor talking to you.
My pleasure, and thank you. Thank you so much.